Scatter music.
Well, folks, welcome back to Spaced Out Fucking Podcast. We got Frigid Giant, aka Solstice Art, aka the man, the myth, the legend, in the fucking house today. How you doing?
Are we good? Are we recording?
Yeah, we're going.
Oh, so they know about the fucking flappy?
Yeah,
wow, cool.
They know about everything.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm good. I'm tan. I smell good. I look good.
That's what I'm fucking talking about. How's your day today? What the fuck? That was loud.
Yeah, man. Rich Products catered to me for lunch today, so it was pretty good. I had some chicken parm, Caesar salad, cannolis.
That sounds fire.
Yeah, it was all right. I can't complain.
Were you doing some work for them?
Yeah, they opened up a new cookie shop.
Cookie shop?
Yeah.
That sounds fire.
Yeah, man.
That sounds fire. Now, you did the artwork inside of the Buffalo Kids store, correct?
Yeah, I did. I did the mural, obviously. I did the Libby's Lemonade, like, lightbox thing. I did the Fuck Next Week lightbox thing. I put some scorpions on the window. But, yeah, the main thing would be the mural that I drew. And I installed and did all that. I made it, produced it.
Fuck yeah. That shit is fire.
I know, man. I love that piece.
I missed that store.
Yeah. I took it down. I was supposed to go to Atlanta and put it up in his house, but I don't know. Never happened.
Not yet.
Who knows?
He changed his mind. New art.
Needs a new mural up in there.
Yeah, that man buys so much fucking art.
Yeah.
Doing any comic? No, you do comic. Let me start with this. You do comic books, correct?
Right. I write, pencil, ink, color, edit, letter, distribute, publish. I do it all.
And you're published, correct?
Yes. Tough Stuff was published by Source Point Press last October. They published the first one, so was sold, worldwide. And then I've had art published by Image Comics, Aftershock Comics, and Mad Cave Studios. So mainly as a cover artist, but yeah, I do my own stuff, and then I self-publish. So it's kind of my bread and butter. I love doing it. It works for me. If I put out 1 or 2 books a year,
right.
Been doing it for like 6-7 years now.
So you just make the books yourself and you do everything.
Yeah,
that's a lot of fucking work.
Yeah, it is. That's why I could only do like 1 or 2 a year.
Yeah.
Plus, my books are like oversized. Like I know if I can only put out one every 6 months or so, I make it like way beefier than like a normal book. It's usually like double size.
Fire. You gonna do coloring books?
I could. I've got enough artwork.
That shit would be fire as fuck.
Let me see.
Because your artwork is beyond fucking amazing.
What is it? I have a terabyte of art, of like scanned artwork.
Oh, yeah.
You know how many fucking pieces of artwork that is?
Because it's scanned.
It's like 4,000,
that's
maybe more.
A fucking hell of a lot. Because a terabyte could fucking hold a shit ton of fucking music.
Yeah.
So artwork is a fucking.
And that's like the good stuff. That's not like the shit stuff.
I mean, what you consider shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think all artists have like a opinion of what's good to them and what's not. I mean, there's artists that can work on a project or something forever, think it's done, go back and tweak it more. You know what I mean? It's like, how many times are they going to tweak Star Wars?
Yeah.
They're still going to be tweaking Star Wars 100 years from now. You know what I mean?
This is true.
Yeah, it's kind of
everything. Like they fucking tweak it.
Yeah.
They tweaked fucking Rugrats and that shit looks like shit.
That's why it's good to collect physical media, because then you have it in its original stance. You know what I mean? Like, I used to have the original Star Wars on VHS before they changed it because they started fucking with it in like the 90s.
Yeah.
So I had the originals where like, you know, when they're going across the desert, it's just Vaseline under the frame on the camera. Whereas like, nowadays it's all digital. They went back and changed it and they add like all these little creatures and shit that were never in there to begin with, like all this other stuff. So you never know, you know what I mean? Like they're constantly editing and changing history as we know it. Like there's like cartoons that are banned because they're racist. Like,
yeah.
I like it's part of our history.
Well, Mickey Mouse shit.
Whether you like it or not, whether it's offensive or not, it's still part of our history. You know what I mean?
Right.
That was, timely for that era of what was represented and how it was represented. It's like you can't let a mega corporation like Disney just fucking like whitewash everything or clean up their image and act like they're
they never did shit wrong.
Yeah, exactly. That's why the people say like the winners rewrite history.
Yeah,
that's why, because they change shit like that. And it's like, how do you know what really happened if we keep changing our past?
Yeah, and then they delete it like it never fucking happened.
That's what I'm saying.
That shit is fucking wild.
Like, didn't like the WWE erase a bunch of like shit with Chris Benoit?
Yep.
It's wild.
And then they try to hide like The Rock. They were trying to hide fucking that he was in like the Federation and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit was wild too. Because he used to be in a fucking whole like Black Power.
It was the Nation of Domination.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
They try to hide that shit still too.
They hid the death of Bret Hart. Like there's so much stuff, man. That's why.
Dude, I remember the dude falling from the the ceiling.
That's why
the TV went black after he hit the fucking thing.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't want to see someone die and stuff, but like I want to see things the way they were. Like that's why I can appreciate like CG, like with his collecting and stuff. Like he's got so much physical media. I don't have it in me to collect physical media like that besides like comics. But like the fact that it's out there and that's what should be referenced. Yeah. Not the doctored shit. But we're kind of sidetracking. I don't know what we were supposed to be talking about.
Whatever. We're spaced out, man.
I figured. I get it. So yeah, man.
CG is a collector though.
Yeah. That's the homie.
CG.
Yeah, that's my man.
And you spit with CG too, huh?
Yeah, Green Giant, man. We started back a long time ago, man. Almost 10 years ago. Now I think about it. He was always hounding me to jump on shit, and then I had started rapping. I've been rapping since like 2005, 2006. And like doing like like little mixtapes and stuff. 2009, I dropped my first album, like my first full length. And then I did another one, 2012. And then I did a bunch of mixtapes in between. And then, I had like a record deal and stuff. And I was doing that. I was touring. And after a while, like just shit with the record label, I didn't agree with. Like they were trying to run like a pop label kind of thing. And I wasn't really down for that. Like I'm an underground cat. Like I always liked that kind of shit. So I didn't, I wasn't trying to be like a boy band. I wasn't trying to be in like a white suit, like doing some weird shit. So, like I had this album that I put all this time and effort into, and they weren't like promoting it once it came out. And I was like, you guys like hounding me for this shit. You know what I mean? And I wasn't feeling the love. I wasn't feeling the reciprocation of it. So it kind of like put me in a tailspin where I was just I was fed up because I worked so hard. Like I put myself through multiple tours, like nationwide, and like making all these albums and constantly working on stuff. So like I just kind of fell back. And in that time, that's when CG was hitting me up constantly. Because I'd see him out and he would come to shows and stuff. This is when he first started popping out. Because I used to throw shows too, like every week, every month, something like that. And he was like, yo, let's make some music. I'm like, whatever. I wasn't really feeling it, wasn't really into it. And then when he got his beat machine, I was like, all right. Because in that time period, when I stopped rapping, I was just making beats. Like every day
that was my next question. Do you make beats? Because you're super artistic.
Hell yeah. I got an MPC tattooed on me. Like, yeah, I haven't made beats in a long time because I just really do artwork now. But I used to make beats. And then whenever I'm like crafting an album, I work with my producers. So like if you check out the first Green Giant, I co-produced, half the album with CG. He did a little bit more. I would say like 40%, right? And then kind of the same thing with the second one. Like I'd find samples and I'd say, yo, let's flip this. Or we'd meet up together and we would make the beats together. And then I just dropped Bad Giant with Bad Fish. I can't recall if I really picked out any of the samples on that. Maybe one or two. I co-produced one of the songs. But that was pretty much it actually on that. But in my past, yeah, I've always kind of like, I have an ear for samples. And I know how to flip it. I know how I want to sound. But as far as making the beats and stuff, I kind of gave it up in like circa like 2018, 2019 or so. But I did it the old school way. I had an MPC 1000. I'd sample records straight up, flip it, chop it. And then when I would play them out, I would just record it. Yeah. I wouldn't track it out and do this and that. I would sequence it all live. I would play the song. And then if I wanted to, I could, break it up, move this part here, that part there. Like I would just play a bunch of different variations of the beat so I could have all these change ups. Cause I don't like a beat that's just the same thing. I don't like just that same loop. Like it needs to flip around a little bit. You know what I mean? So it was kind of weird when I would send beat packs out to people because I don't think they understood my process. Cause I'd send a beat where it's like, oh, the beat changes like every 8 bars or something. I'm like, yeah, cause I can loop that 8 bars and I can make a 16 bar verse out of it. And then I can, or I can come in and pop this little spot in there where it switches up a little bit. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I used to have the time for it. I just don't now because any free time I have, I'm drawing.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
How long? So you've been drawing your whole life?
Yeah, man.
What do you remember the first thing that you drew?
Fuck no. Who knows? I mean, I remember
or the first thing that you kept drawing.
The first comic I ever had was Spider-Man #5. It was Todd McFarlane. The guy went on to make Spawn and stuff. So I remember that cover and I remember that book. And I actually bought it a couple years ago just so I had it. But I just used to always draw X-Men. As a kid, I just thought X-Men were so cool. So any chance I had to draw, it was probably X-Men. And then I started creating my own characters right around 7 or 8. And I would make thousands of them. They would all suck, but I would just make up whatever, yeah. This guy shoots goobers out of his eyes. You know what I mean? Weird shit.
I mean, yeah, that should probably be fire. If you imagine if you could find those fucking drawings.
Right.
And fucking take them and fucking redo them.
Yeah.
That'd be fucking oof.
Yeah. Luckily, I still have a childlike mind. So I have tons of creations in my mind that just sit there.
Yeah.
And they're just when's this come? You know what I mean? That's the thing when I'm making these books and stuff, my cast of characters just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's just I can only do so much so quick.
Yeah.
For sure. I think after the 2 books I'm doing right now, I'm going to try to diversify my workload so that I can just pencil more, I'm trying to get more published work. I've been trying to get on a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles book for 6 months now. So I've been going back and forth with that publishing company. We're trying to figure out something. The opportunity has to come up, but I'm in constant contact with them. I'm yo, I need that for my life, like a bucket list thing. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah. So that's another thing. Just the creation of that shit. Look how many characters and different designs there are in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They're so cool.
They have a shit ton of fucking designs of them.
Yeah.
And there's because that's what my two sons, even the baby started watching it. And
yeah.
The newest fucking version of them where they're big feet, skinny body, fucking dudes, but they have a shit ton of versions of them. Yeah.
I'm talking about all the side characters and shit too.
Oh yeah.
The fucking Baxter Stockman, he's a fly. That's fun to draw. He's a nerdy fly guy. And he's got a goo gun. I want to draw that. I could make something sick out of that. I could add a dynamic element to it that has energy and kineticism and just like pops off the page and makes you like interact with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ever do any cartoons?
Yeah. I've I was talking to your homie earlier. I just did a cartoon for UB. It's like a anti-bullying campaign thing. So I spent like all of last summer doing it because there was so many like different slides and there was a lot of changes and edits made to it and extra work that just kept coming in. So I did that. I had another company animate it, but I drew the slides. Like I drew the figures, the backgrounds, and all that stuff. And then I've done some music videos that never got released, but I did one for Conway and Jay Skeese, and it was, you know, like a Metal Gear Solid concept. And they're, you know, rapping, like it was like the little interface from Metal Gear Solid where like the screen pops up and they're going back and forth. So like I had designed them to like talk and their eyes move and their mouths move and, you know, chains are dangling and stuff like that. Heads bop, you know. So I've done stuff like that. But as far as like the actual animating like aspect of it, I don't really do that. I'm more of a designer. Like I just draw the stuff.
Right.
I conceptualize it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I figure out, but I can when I make certain pieces, I design them to function as a cartoon if I did want to animate them. Like I did a cover for this comic book called Vanish. It's Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman. They're like the biggest power team for Marvel. It was their first side project, like outside of Marvel Comics. They went to another publishing company called Image. So they keep the rights to it. So they have a big investment in this project. And I end up doing a cover for it. So my cover, it's a guy, it's the main character. And like their publishing company is called Kids Love Chains. So it's a Todd McFarlane quote. Like that's why Spawn has chains, because he said like kids love chains. So he just draw chains on everything. And his fucking book sold like, you know, hotcakes or whatever. So that's their imprint. So I made the book, the title in chains, and the guy comes out behind it, right? So like when I designed it, I broke it down so that I could send it to an animator where it looks like this guy appears out of the black. And as he appears, his powers emerge. As his powers emerge, they reflect off the chains sway, but they also say the name of the book.
It's fire.
So like when I design something, I put these things in my mind, you know what I mean? Like I'm thinking fucking like 50 steps ahead.
Right.
You know, I'm thinking about how we're going to market it. You know, I know like you can have a fire piece of art, but if you just throw it out there and you don't market it, what are you doing with it?
It's true. Got a fire piece of art. I need to market it.
Like the main thing with art and design is function, right? More than anything. You want a good logo? What's the function of it? You got to break it down into like the simple basics of it. And I know people like they want a design that has like this, that, and the third in it, and they want to go all crazy. And it's like, why are you cluttering it? Because when I'm looking at it from afar, I don't know what any of it's saying.
Yeah.
I'm looking at these stickers over here. They're so cluttered, I don't know what the hell it is.
Come on, let him know. And he's talking about your fucking cannabis stickers.
I'm not being mean. I'm not trying to be mean, but like when I design a logo, I like simplicity and function. I want something that's recognizable. Look, the Nike swoosh. What is more simple than that?
Nothing.
What's more recognizable than that?
It's my favorite.
That's what I'm saying. It's the simplest, easiest function. And you know what it functions as? Movement.
Yeah.
That's it. You think of Nike, you think of movement, you think of running, you think of shoes. Like it's very simple, right to the point. So like, I don't know, that's just how my mind works.
I've been saying that what they do here, like all the cannabis brands in Buffalo have been like taking other brands, using it. Yeah. And then, or like this one, it looked like, bro, you're legit fucking taking Dr. Seuss's shit. Yeah. You did nothing. No creativity behind it. Not to be a dick, but like that shit just comes and goes. It's like AI art, right? It's a trend. Like, yeah, it's popping right now. Like you'll see it, but like if you look at it long enough, man, that shit makes me cross-eyed. Like, no, that shit is. Yeah, I don't like that shit. If you post, it looks like anime, bro. All you're doing is they're just making you anime. It looks the same. Like if everyone uses it for their cover art,
it doesn't distinguish you. It doesn't set you apart. It doesn't draw attention. It looks exactly like what we all know it is.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, but like when you really look at it, that shit, man, like the abs, there's like 1 million abs. There's the fingers are all fucked up. Like nothing, like I don't know, man. I just don't like it. I don't like it.
No, I don't either.
And I'm not being a hater.
Isn't it?
It's not original. It's not distinct.
And that's what art is. You can't go like I get the AI fucking writing my papers, the AI fucking writing business plans and shit like that. Like that's fine, but taking away from like art, like yo, my fucking logo, like
right.
My homie fucking drew that. I fucking love it. It's fucking amazing.
It's unique.
It's fucking like
in this
one of one.
In this room, that sticks out the most.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That color is designed to grab your attention.
Yeah.
No, it is. It's the most like chartreuse green, like Pantone, like 371. Yeah, I said it, 369, whatever. That's the color that attracts you the most. The high vis, like fluorescent green. Mm-hmm. It's the most easiest color to recognize in the color spectrum by our human eye. That's why those vests are that color. You can't like avoid not seeing it.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like
the cones and shit.
Yeah, man. That's why it's like that. That's why it's called high visibility. You're immediately attracted to it.
Now, how long did it take you to learn? Like, did you go to school for art?
I've been learning art my entire life.
Like, but did you go to school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
like they teach you like all like the colors and shit like that, or did you learn that shit on your own?
They do, but I only went to school for 2 years,
okay,
and I was fucked up the whole time. So like, most of this shit I just learned myself, you know. And I'm constantly trying to educate myself. Mm-hmm. So I'm not in a beginner. I'm not in a basic phase when it comes to art. I'm trying to find like what like the masters are doing and picking apart what they're doing. You know what I mean? Like even that I'm kind of like, it's how much you can absorb and apply, you know, and retain. So yeah, I'm just always learning. But if you stop learning, you stop growing, right?
Facts.
So it kind of depends, like your application of these processes and stuff. It's paramount to the project that you're working on.
Okay.
Right? So, you know, if I want something that conveys like a mood or something, studying lighting might be the most important aspect of it. You know what I mean? There's a lot you can pull off with lighting and shadows and stuff like that. If I want something like I was saying earlier, kinetic, like if I was drawing Baxter Stockman with his fucking goo gun, I want to focus on the dynamics of it. And I'll probably use like a really like bright color palette so that like it's right in your face.
Right.
A lot of people do like subdued artwork. I don't like to do that. I like vibrant, energetic.
That's more like the darker
palettes. Yeah. And that's fine. You can do that. You know, sometimes that's what you need to do. But like I said, it's per project. You know what I mean? Like it's what vibe are you trying to get? You know. So, but my natural aesthetic tends to be dynamic and bright.
Right. Hell yeah. That's what I like. I like the bright ass fucking colors. Yeah. My other logo is the fucking alien in the center of the laptop.
Okay.
Drew, can you pick the back of the laptop up a little bit? Drew, can you pick the back of the laptop up a little bit? And I grab the back of the laptop. Can you push it up so we can see the logos? Yep. The one in the center. And I had him pick the fucking closest to the Tiffany blue.
Yeah.
With the fucking alien green.
Yeah.
Yeah,
see, with that, I would have done something more with the background to make that like white pop. Because it kind of gets lost in the background, but I still like it. I mean, I'm not hating.
No, yeah.
Even Cove's decal is the most easy to read.
Yeah.
It's just simple. Red. Yeah, it's super simple. It's just red, like pops out. Like I appreciate stuff like that. I like my design. Like I said, my design sensibility is simple and bold.
Yeah. Coca-Cola, that shit.
Yeah.
Yo, it's like, fuck, these fucking people got that shit right away.
Bro, I be telling people like clients and stuff, like I said, they'll come to me and they want these crazy logo designs. And I'm like, why? So it's like a jumbled mess. I'm like, why don't we just strip that down to the
bear?
Yep. That's it. Like my logo, you can't it's a snowman. That's it. That's Frigid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's 2 X's, a mouth, and a hat.
Yeah.
A circle. I know exactly what that is. If you know what I mean? If I was popping, if I was, whoever.
That's just like the fucking scorpion.
Yeah, exactly.
You look at the fucking scorpion, you know who the fuck it is.
Yeah, and you know where that scorpion came from?
You did tell me, but I forget.
Nah, it came from Sting, the wrestler.
Okay.
He used to have that shit on his pants.
Yeah.
The same exact scorpion.
Fuck.
Yeah, man.
That's fucking...
I don't know if they ever said it, but I could guarantee you that's exactly where it came from.
Yeah, because I mean, the wrestling...
I'm a very well-versed wrestling historian as well.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
Of all time?
Yeah, all time.
Ooh, that's a tough one, man. I want to say Stone Cold.
Fire choice.
I don't think you do any better than that.
Yo, Jake the Snake had me fucking... As a kid, Jake the Snake was one of my favorite. Like, I had 3. It was Stone Cold, Jake the Snake, and the Warrior. Those dudes,
of those 3,
yo, Stone Cold was a badass motherfucker.
The Warrior couldn't wrestle for shit, though.
Nah, he was just dope when he fucking came out.
Was like a long hair.
Stone Cold?
Stone Cold had long hair.
Yo.
Yeah, he was Stunning Steve.
What was it?
He was Stunning Steve.
Dude. But it's crazy to think about how many characters they were throughout their careers.
Yeah.
All these wrestlers. Was it Mick Foley? That was
he was Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, and Dude Love.
What about
Mankind?
The sock guy too.
That was Sacco. That was Mankind.
Oh yeah.
And he but no, back to Stone Cold though.
Yeah.
If you watch his pre-WWF matches, WWE, his in-ring capabilities were way more athletic. Because when he got to the WWE, he I think he broke his neck or something his first year there. So his style became a little more limited. But before that,
him being in a neck brace.
Well, he was in it twice because Owen Hart broke his neck with a pile driver. But I think he fucked up his neck before that too. Or he fucked up his knee. He did something. I don't know. But if you watch his pre-WWF matches, because he was in WCW and ECW, he was super athletic. Doing drop kicks and stuff like that. He never did that at Stone Cold.
Yeah.
But but I still loved his Stone Cold style.
He was just...
he was the best. He was the best.
Toadiest mother.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't want to leave out some other wrestlers I really enjoyed. I always love Rob Van Dam.
Hell yeah, Rob Van Dam was the fucking shit.
I always like Booker T. I think Harlem Heat doesn't get the respect they deserve.
Yo,
who else, man? The Legion of Doom. Yo. The Legion of Doom was legit fuck people up, and they were fucked up the entire time. They were on every drug.
Legion of Doom. Fuck, what are those 2 dudes?
The Dudley Boys?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Dudley Boys were sick.
Yo, those dudes were wild.
ECW was fire, man.
Yo, ECW, you knew, even as a kid, I was like, yo, there's something wrong with these dudes. They're on something. Why are they all like this when they come out?
Yeah,
and
they were.
Now as an adult, I'm like, yo, all those motherfuckers were on drugs like a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Walking out that bitch right after doing the fattest fucking line.
Not just ECW either, man. They were all that.
Yeah. But ECW, I felt was just so fucking wild.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I gotta shout out Ric Flair too, man.
Woo!
And Dusty Rhodes. But yeah, man, I could talk all day about wrestling. I don't know why I love it so much. Like,
Drew.
it's so weird.
Drew. Can you grab me that? No, I didn't get it fixed. Yeah, it's here. Yep. No. Yep. You're the fucking man. No. It's good for you. No, fuck. I miss watching wrestling, going in the fucking basement with the fucking cheater boxes.
Oh yeah, you said that. Yep.
How yeah, my pops used to be like, yo, you gotta make sure you unplug it. Like they're gonna detect we have one. And like as a kid and shit, dude. Because they thought they had the like abilities of today. Like,
I remember we had the cheater boxes, and then at one point we had like the cheater satellite, like the fucking big joint, and I had every channel, like, but it was all Canadian. But I was like, also they had like the Spice channel on there, the Playboy channel. It was all on there, man. So like
all of it.
all of it. But the problem was
it didn't come in blurry.
No, but the problem was it was in the living room only. So I had to like wait till like everyone was gone.
Dude, I was in the basement fucking catching the titties in the fucking shots.
Yep. Little black joint with the red letters.
Yeah, and you're like, yo, it's like coming in.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
And then you're like, fuck, it's going away. Come on, I'm right there.
I seen way too much shit at an early age that I probably shouldn't have seen.
Yeah, I was watching movies that, I mean, the generation that I grew up in, I'm 33, so it's like my pops was like, we're sitting down watching movies with him. It's whatever he's watching.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm watching
Terminator.
All the fucking Denzel movies, anything that's got shooting in it, action.
Yeah.
Like I'm seeing everything. And then my mom's like, close your eyes at the titty part. Like, I ain't closing my fucking eyes. What the fuck do you think this is, woman?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Those were the fucking days. But going into the basement to watch fucking wrestling was the shit.
Yeah.
Bro.
My basement was sick. We used to, everyone, like, my parents, my mom, I didn't have a dad growing up. So my mom was never around, ever. So, like, everyone would just come to our house by default. I had an older sister, and, like, she always had her girlfriends over and stuff. So, like, everyone used to come to our house. So, like, we'd be down there, like, young age, drinking, like, Red Dogs. Remember, was it Red Dogs, Mad Dogs? Something.
Yo, the one with the red fucking dog.
Oh, God, so gross.
Yeah.
I was, like, 12, like, pounding those, man.
Bro, my dad used to drink those fucking beers, and I remember taking sips, and I'm like,
oh, the worst. Yeah.
Dude, I did not drink those when I fucking grew up. I know that for sure.
We get all like the weird bootleg tapes. Like, I don't know where they came from, man, but I saw some fucked up shit.
The flea market shit?
No, I'm talking like Faces of Death and like shit like that. Like, worse than that. Yeah, we were like 13.
Oh, those fucking fucking dude. I used to watch that shit faithfully, like on fucking the TV, especially when I was deployed to Iraq, bro. I was sitting on fucking the computer just watching that shit. Next video.
My stomach's getting queasy thinking about it, man. I seen some fucked up shit. I don't even want to talk about it. Yo, I seen the dude put his head somewhere it did not belong. Oh my God.
I seen the video where a guy shoved his head up with a JJ.
That's probably what I was alluding to in a more discreet way.
Nah, dude, I seen that video. That was a good one.
That was a fucked up one.
How the fuck did he do that? Is the question.
I always thought it was fake, like prosthetic or something. Yeah. I don't know, man.
But that shit was wild.
Oh, I thought I forgot about that for like 20 plus years.
Nah, you can't forget those videos. That's like the 2 Girl 1 Cup video. You can't
stop.
You can't forget that shit.
Stop. Please stop.
Yo, fuck. Yo, we had a great fucking, I mean, the videos now are even worse and they're putting them right on TikTok.
I know. Or Instagram, like live or feed, whatever. Yeah.
I mean, people getting shot on fucking Instagram live.
Bro. You probably saw someone get shot before.
Yeah.
It's gross.
I mean,
it's fucking gross.
It's all right.
No, it's gross. It's fucking gross.
So none of your comics have blood and gore?
No, they do, but I mean in like real life.
Yo, that's
My comics have tons of blood and gore.
I mean,
the fucking feds probably think I'm fucked up because like my search history is like dismemberment and like this and stuff because I need reference. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're probably like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? You know what I mean? My comics about a crack addicted cat that saves Spring Break, right?
oh, I gotta read that.
That's the first one.
Yo.
And then the second one, he goes to rehab. Like, yeah, man, he's fighting like cartels and shit. Like, yeah, my
Dude,
shit wild, bro.
That's fucking fire.
Yeah.
Dude, I like where your fucking brain goes.
Yeah, man. I'm very creative. Like, I just need that, like, that one outlet to just fucking, like, push me to the next level. Cause, like, man, I could make movies, like, series, animation, like,
Some fucking
everything.
I
You know
love
what I mean?
Rick and Morty.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Rick, that's what your joint kind of reminds me of with, like, the portal and shit.
So I didn't know it until he told me. But he was like, I was like, yo, I need a logo. My homie is Eric Nelson. So he does all my logos. So he did that one. I was like, yo, I just want something fucking dope with I was a barber. So I had an alien already. Vega the barber, just an alien cutting hair. So he took the alien, redid him, and put him in the chef suit, and then did the name Space Cadet Edibles. So I was like, yo, I'm doing a podcast. It's called Spaced Out Podcast. And I was like, do what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
And he fucking comes back with that. And I'm like, sitting there, and he's like, yo, the hand is coming out. It's the alien's hand out the portal with the mic. Like, you're stepping into the new world, a new world. And I was like,
yep.
I was like, bro. And like you were saying, like, I didn't know the concept, but he does make it where, like I can animate that fucking guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's way, like, I just used the bottom half that says Space Cadet Edibles without the guy.
Yeah.
Because he's smoking a blunt. You can't have that shit on packaging or anything like that. So I just used he gave me 5. When I go to him, I get 5 fucking logos for the price of 1.
Okay.
And then, like, he gave me, this one came with 2 designs. That one came with 5. And I was just like, but now I can fucking take, like you said, take the guy, put him in a fucking Nike outfit or something.
Right.
And fucking with a mic in his hand.
Right.
And fucking make little animations of me when we're doing the podcast.
Right.
But, like, have someone make a fucking animation of that shit
Yeah.
instead.
It's like when I did, like, Skeese's merch design for the, was it Revolver Ocelot?
Yeah.
So we did like a bunch of different takes. So it's the same figure, but like there's one where he's wearing like a Bills jersey.
Yeah.
The shoes change, you know what I mean? Like the pants change, but it's still the same figure.
Yeah.
It's just it's how you figure it out when you're designing. Like, do you have the foresight to kind of like figure that out? So you set these like the way that you could interchange it and stuff like that. So it's like, I don't know, that's what a good designer does, I guess.
Yeah. You're fucking fire at it. Like, what do you think your favorite design is that you did?
That's a good question. It's a design or illustration, because
let's go with.
I've kind of been more in the illustration than design phase for a long time.
Your best favorite illustration?
Yeah, that's tough. I love the cover to Tough Stuff Goes to Rehab. I did it in the style of
I like that fucking name. Tough Stuff Goes to
what's his name?
Rehab.
Drew Struzan, the guy that used to do all like the Indiana Jones posters, Star Wars posters. He has that like painting style technique. I did that. I love that cover so much. Like, it's so good. Like, Tough Stuff's in like handcuffs in the foreground, and then there's like the rehab facility underneath. There's like a crack vial, some like lizards running around the title, like this Caprice classic, and then around them is like the cast. And the composition, it's like a Harry Potter poster. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I really love that, and the way I drew it too. Like, I drew it by hand. There's like a border around it, and the border is like cocaine. So like, I use this material called liquid frisket. It smells like shit, but basically what it is, it's like liquid masking tape, right? So like, I take it and I like splatter it all around, and then I paint over it, and then I like can peel it off because it's stuck to the paper. So when I do that, it's got this like spatter effect. So that's how I like do that kind of shit. And then I add like I can like dash it out. Like there's drawings I've made with just a toothbrush that look like portraits. They look like normal portraits. And I'd be like, yeah, I drew that with the fucking toothbrush. People are like, what? Like, yeah, a toothbrush.
You don't put this shit on TikTok or anything?
Man,
that would be fire to watch you fucking do
Yeah.
a fucking. Yo, how? Oh my god!
I did a
should've hit
process
you up
video on
before this.
TikTok for my next cover for Tough Stuff, the Toughening Part 1, which is the book I'm working on right now.
Okay.
One of the covers, there was a Wolverine cover from 1991 where it's designed to look like a dossier. So on the cover, it's got like 3 claw marks for Wolverine, but they die cut it out of the cover. So when you open it, like you could see the paper underneath it. So I did the same thing. I homaged it, but Tough Stuff has 4 claws because he's a cat. So I did the same exact thing. I swiped it, but it's got 4 claws. You open it, you could see the paper underneath and stuff, and it's designed to look like a government file, right? So I did a process video. I have that on TikTok where you see me like step 1, get your reference. Step 2, design your template. Step 3, figure out the function. Step 4, draw everything, all that stuff. So like that was like I crowdfund my books, right? So I use Kickstarter and 3 for 3 right now, baby. And they make more each time, but
that's fire.
That's like that was like a big pull because no one's really done that in like 20 plus years, and I'm an independent guy that no one knows of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm the one kind of bringing it back for the gimmick or whatever, but like it's still dope. It's dope as hell. And there's not a lot of die cut covers on the market right now, so like it's hopefully I'll sell a bunch.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Just because it's unique.
Now, can you explain for the people who don't understand what the process of the Kickstarter is?
So I'm an independent publisher, and in order for me to create, I have to supplement money for printing,
Right.
shipping, really paying myself to do the work. Unfortunately, I don't make enough off the Kickstarter to really pay myself like what my rate would be. So like these projects are really passion projects. However, when I get the money from Kickstarter, I usually have enough that I can cover all my printing costs for the people that back it. So if I have a book out, I'm going to start it as a Kickstarter. If you are interested in buying it, you would pledge to the Kickstarter. I have different like tiers, like rewards. So like one of them is I could draw you into the book. You would be immortalized, like you're in the actual book. Like I'll draw you like, as a background character, like getting your head cut off or something. You know what I mean? So you pay extra for that. I do like variant covers. So I'll have like 3 or 4 different versions of the book. Exclusive cover, I might only do like a print run of like 100 copies. So you have like a 1 of 100, one of a kind book. I offer those initially through the Kickstarter. And then when I print the books, like my main cover, I'll print like, that'll be the main cover that I print, but I have these like little side things on the side, and these, like you could get a drawing, and then my Kickstarters have all been successful because I always go above and beyond and I add shit I don't advertise. Like what put me on the mark was my first book, the first Tough Stuff. It came in a VHS cassette, like box. I shipped them out.
Fire.
So if you look at it, it looks like a VHS box. That's what you got.
Yeah.
I never told anyone that's what I was doing. So when you got this project that you backed, that was like a freebie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I threw like stickers in there. I never said I was going to do. I made a freaking playlist. Like I made a soundtrack that you could read along to the book. That's like makes sense with the time period and everything. Because like they all take place in different time periods. So the first book takes place in '93. So we did a VHS cassette.
That's fire.
The second one takes place in '95. So I reworked the Only Built for Cuban Links, the purple tape, and that was the box, was the fucking purple tape cassette, but with Tough Stuff on it instead of Raekwon. You know what I'm saying? So my next one is dope too. I'm not gonna say what it is because it's still a surprise. But like I always have like these little extras that like I'm just mad I couldn't do what I wanted to do on the last one, mainly because of the media and because like. So do you remember AOL, like the free AOL hour discs that used to get like all the time?
Yeah.
I wanted to do a commentary, put it on a disc that looked like AOL. And when you put it in your like DVD player or whatever, the AOL screen will pop up where it's got like the dial-up modem and it's like, and I was going to change all the icons to like a crack pipe, a lighter, and then Tough Stuff. And then it's fucking, you get like this video of me like, discussing the book. I might still do it, but like I was encouraged not to do it because I wanted it to autoplay. So like you if you got it, you wouldn't know what it was till you put it in, right?
Yeah.
And my friend was like, well, if you do that, you know, you might get sued because like what if a virus gets on there or something and you fuck up people's computers and shit. I'm like, I don't think that's gonna happen, but it came down to money, and there just wasn't enough money to pay someone to put it all together for me and do all that stuff. Not with the budget I had through the Kickstarter.
I feel like you should fucking throw that on a fucking online platform.
Yeah, or just put on like YouTube or something.
Yeah, do some shit like fucking Mischief does, and fucking just put shit out on a fucking online.
It's time, man. It's just time management.
I do, because I feel like, dude, like you got a rip and dip on, right? Your hat, it's Rip and Dip.
What's that?
It's like a brand.
Oh, this is Karl Lagerfeld.
Oh, the same as the jacket?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Rip and Dip.
Nah.
The hat. Oh. They have Rip and Dip has like a fucking cat and an alien.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's just like that, but the cat's like sitting there like this. Or the alien is, or they're fucking all bugged out.
Yeah.
Bro, you can fucking probably kill it with some merch with some fucking tough stuff on it.
I have like a, you know, like a shirt service and stuff like that. I'm probably the biggest customer of it. but yeah, I have other ideas and stuff too, man. Like,
because he sounds like a fucking character.
Oh, he is, man. Yeah, like
I gotta read this shit. I'm
it's crazy. So when the last one got published, it got published like worldwide, right? Mm-hmm. So like I had people hit me up from like UK, Italy, Germany, you know, all over. The book sold out. They sold more copies than they ordered. So there was a delay when it came out. So like I'm not with that publisher anymore because I feel like they kind of like, I'm not saying anything bad. I mean, I'm glad that they picked me up. They put me out there and everything. Right. But I feel like the bag was fumbled like big time. You know? Plus, like with publishing deals, like I make way more money selling everything independently than
with Solstice Art. You gotta fucking order more copies.
Oh, I sell copies, man.
No, I'm telling the publishers they gotta order more copies.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to go somewhere else with it. I'm trying to take it somewhere else.
Yeah, it seems like doing things independently is expensive, but in the long run, it's like the bread and butter.
So I don't know. I mean, I know how most like business contracts work when you work with like a distributor and stuff. Like, you're better off producing physical media and selling it yourself. Mm-hmm. The problem is you need to have the infrastructure in order to meet demand, and you need to be able to market your product to people that want to buy it and give it a sense of value, right? Because look, I know a lot of rappers, man, and you know, I tune it out. Like, what's your hook? What's make me want to check this out?
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't care if you post a video every day because, I mean, maybe, you know, I appreciate you trying. I appreciate the effort and all that. But, like, honestly, it's kind of why I don't do music anymore. It's just, like, what makes me stick out more than the next person?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's probably why these artists do, like, all this crazy shit, like, look weird and do weird shit just for attention and stuff. Like, I'm not in that zone. Like, I don't need to be acknowledged constantly. I mean, yeah, I like acknowledgement, but I'd rather like in most cases my work speaks for itself.
For sure.
So I have more satisfaction in that than I would like, I'm not dying for attention. So I don't know, man. I just, what do you think makes artists stick out? Like even musicians, we'll go with musicians.
Anything, they have to have a niche to them. Like you have to like, can't be the same as everyone else. You have to have something that sticks out. So like, even doing something simple, like you said earlier, something simple. You've driven around Buffalo. Have you seen stick figure?
Yeah, I love it.
Yo, and it's so simple. And my guy is that's my homie, and he's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I agree. And what's dope about that is he could just change up one little thing.
Yeah.
Change up the heart, make it something else.
Yeah, the color of it.
That's it. That's what I'm saying. Like when we were talking about doing the Skeese design or your logo design, it's like you make it that you could just change one little thing about it and it's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But it's still recognizable.
Exactly.
And we're putting people on game. Like, come on.
Because we just sponsored his art gallery the other day, and it was fucking phenomenal. And the artists there, like, I would buy their art just because it was different.
Right.
Like, one chick she has rugs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone's doing rugs, but no, this chick is doing, like, dope ass, fucking weird ass rugs.
Yeah.
Like, just making rugs that are just fucking whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, that's fire. And then you got the chick making pottery.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not only making pottery, she's doing pottery and paintings. But the pottery has the faces that are in her paintings. Right. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? This shit is fire. Stick figure guys just like throwing the stick figure and just fucking up a bunch of paintings, but it looks fucking raw.
Yeah.
And homeboy Banksy is just fucking
so that's
out of this world.
That's like one of the things I really like about comics, especially for like I would be considered a cartoonist, right? Mm-hmm. Because I take over every aspect, right? So what I like about it is it distinguishes me like a lot because a comic is not an easy thing to make,
right?
Especially a good one, and like there's not a lot of people doing it here. You know what I mean? I don't have like a ton of competition. Not at all. Like there are people, you know what I mean? Like, dude, I can draw the most phenomenal things in the world, right? When I'm making a comic, I mean, I'm limited to an 11 by 17 piece of paper. I can only fit so much on a page, but like that doesn't mean I don't have the abilities to do phenomenal things that you've never seen before.
Right.
I do. Like I'm a classically trained oil painter. I just did an oil painting for Love the Genius that she's like, don't post it online because it was for a family member. It's fucking beautiful. It might be like my best work of art I've ever made. And I can't even show it to people. Yeah. But what I was saying with the comics is like, yo, like that makes me the real deal, right? Because you're not making a comic. It's not easy. It's not something you just, do. It's not putting a freestyle together. It's not putting a song together.
Yeah, because you're drawing and have to it's like fucking.
Dude, you got to write a script.
Yo, that's it.
You got to edit it. Yeah, like there's so much. And to actually make it good though. Yeah. Like anyone could.
People want to read it and read it again and read it again.
Yeah.
It's like books. Like you were saying, there's one book that I read that I keep reading, Supermarket by Logic. Mm-hmm. And it has a whole playlist that goes with it. And I can throw that bad boy on the vinyl and just let it go.
Vibe out, yeah.
Read the book and it's like, yo, holy fuck. Yo, this dude's a fucking genius.
That's how you make the experience. You got to sell an experience.
Yeah, and
I think that's what artists need to realize. Is it not just put out a song, put out an experience, man. Like whatever hooks people in is how you got to do it.
Yeah,
I'm giving a lot of tips away right now.
No, you are. But the experience is like, oh,
yeah.
Dude, I want to watch I want to read.
That's what I'm saying.
Tough stuff.
When you got that first Tough Stuff Kickstarter, you got a VHS box. You got a letter from me. You got the book itself. In some cases, different versions of it. Then you got a playlist. You know what I mean?
Like this next one's going to be even harder to get.
Well, it's already like The Kickstarter commenced like 2 weeks ago.
Oh fuck!
But I'll still have copies and stuff. I just won't have the whole package.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I can't get fucking the store in fucking this one. Space Cadet edible store right there.
Where it's part 1.
Yeah.
Because when I was setting it up too, I was like, every like trilogy, like film trilogy in the past like 20 years or so, it's never just like one final chapter.
Yeah.
Like it's like part 2. You know what I mean? Like Harry Potter, they did Deathly Hallows 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Did they do 2 Matrixes or no? They did something else like that though. What else? I don't know.
There's a lot that are like 1 and 2 though.
Yeah. So you get what I was saying.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, let's go over the top with this shit. Like, let's make it like a 2-parter. So like
maybe even 3.
No, it's gonna be a
No.
2-parter. If there's gonna be
it.
another story, it'll have a different title and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's really just kind of gauging like, are people buying it? Are people into it? Is it popping? You know what I mean? Because like ideas get stale after a while, and like I don't want to like run something into the ground. But like I feel like I have so much I can add to that world. But I also have like 80 other ideas I want to execute too at the same time. So it's like.
And is it like, do you have like characters in there that you can like make a new?
I mean, I don't see why not. Like I introduced so many different characters. Yeah, absolutely. I could do a Tough Stuff book without Tough Stuff in it. I mean, really, he's not really in the first part 1 that much. Because he dies in part 2, spoilers.
Fucking Tough Stuff, you fucking crackhead.
Yo, it's so funny.
So
like,
how did you start doing crack?
how did he?
Yeah.
You have to read the book, man.
Damn, I gotta get this fucking book.
But it's kind of
but
funny.
it's sold
though.
out, right?
No, I got some copies.
Okay.
But it's funny though because like in the second book, like the reason he goes to rehab is he like runs into his ex-girlfriend and she's like, yeah, I would date you, but you're out of control. Like you have this fucking like crack addiction. He's like, if I had a crack addiction, could I just smoke 1 crack rock? And then he just starts binge cracking. It fucking like goes insane and like destroys
That's how
his fucking
it
town.
happens.
Right? But I like that that's his logic. He's like, if I was such a crackhead, could I just smoke more than 1 rock? You know? Like,
So,
yeah, dude.
so when you're writing these, you have to get into that character.
Are you asking me if I do crack?
No. What the fuck? Nah.
Because I don't.
But you have to get into it. So you have to be like, oh, how would he fucking...
Well, so the reason I put that in there, it wasn't for like shock value. It's that we're all addicted to something. Like deep down, every human is addicted to something.
Facts.
So like for this avatar in this circumstance, it just happens to be crack. It could be food for someone. It could be sex with someone else. It could be so many different things. Mm-hmm. It's just 1, the time frame it works. 2, the motivation it works. 3, the psychology of it works. Because like this cat fights crime and shit, and he like takes out bad guys and shit, and it's like, yo, your dopamine levels are gonna fucking skyrocket doing shit like that. Like, how do you cope when you're not like, it's like DMX. It's like you see that video of him like in front of like 1 million people, bro. How do you perform after that? You know what I'm talking about? I think it was like Woodstock or something, right? Where he's in like the red overalls. And there's like 1 million, he's literally performing in front of like 1 million people.
Yeah.
How do you live? Like, what do you follow that up with?
Yeah, that's true.
How do you, like, that's the ultimate high, right? What do you, like, why?
And then they gotta wait. Like, I get what you mean. Then they gotta wait for the next one.
Yeah. So like, he even says it like he's in rehab and he's like, after I took down the bad guy in the first one, he's like, man, I just could never get like to that level of excitement again without drugs. There's a lot of depth to this shit, man. Like, yeah, my mind works in a weird way, man. Like I live in like 15 different worlds consecutively. Like,
facts. I
you know what I mean?
Feel that.
Yeah. And like, someone was asking me, they're like, how do you come up with this shit? Like what happened? Like, do you just do drugs and stuff? And it's like, bro, I don't know why my mind works the way it does. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I just do random shit to have experience so that I can create material. Like, bro, I just went to Colombia for 2 weeks. Like, I just went. Like, I went. I like booked Airbnbs like the day of or whatever. You know what I mean? I fucking like stole a fucking ship with like a 12-year-old kid. Like, I do weird shit, dude.
Stole a ship with a 12-year-old.
Well, okay. Let me
yeah.
explain. Let me explain because that sounds weird. So we went, like, I was trying to go to this beach, right? But you could only get to this beach by a boat. So I went to go, like, try to get a boat. And the Coast Guard was there. And they're like, yo, you can't get a boat because it's too windy out. And I'm like, the fucking boat on water. Like, I don't care about wind. And this little kid comes up. He's like, yo, man, I can get you a boat. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go to my friends. I'm like, yo, this is shady ass shit. My boy's like, yo, we're shady people. We do shady things. So like, we follow these kids like around this fucking like this like rocks on the beach and shit. We go to this little like cut, and sure enough, like 5 minutes later, a boat just pulls up, and they're like, all right, get in. And they took us to this beach. Like, how fucked up was that? Who does that?
Fuck it.
Why not?
When in Colombia.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know. So but like that's the kind of shit I can write a story off that. You know what I mean? And you know what's funny? I ran into that kid later that night. He was selling bracelets like out in the strip at like fucking like 12 o'clock at night.
Hustler.
Yeah, I could, but like that's like a character.
You can make a whole fucking.
That's a fucking character, man.
Yeah.
So live life, and it gives you many rewards, different ways, man. You know.
I do that. Do you do that at all? Like sit at the fucking restaurants and look at people while they're having conversations and fucking, I'll be like, I'll sit there and fucking make up the conversation.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll do that.
I fuck with doing it. Like, I'm just like sitting there like, John, I'm so mad at you. I'm sick of you. Why are you treating me like this?
So is that considered subversion?
I don't know what that means. Sorry.
So basically, like when you're creating a story, right? Or you're drawing or you're figuring out something. In general, like people do what I call this eating spaghetti, right? So when you eat spaghetti, what that means to me is a metaphor. It's like you get up, you go to work, you come home, you eat spaghetti, you go to bed, you get up, you go to work, you go home, you eat spaghetti, you get up, you know what I mean?
I hate that life.
That's called, to me, I call that eating spaghetti, right?
Who wants to do that?
Exactly. So like subversion is taking that and you get up, you go to work, you don't go home, you fucking eat a steak, you know? You don't go to home, you don't go to work, you go to the beach. You know what I mean? It's taking like that mundane, predictable thing and just flipping it, right? So that's subversion. Like if you're writing a story, you know, like a hero's journey, a hero is supposed to do this, and this, face, what's the word I'm looking for? Face a conflict, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Find a resolution, that shit, right?
Yeah.
There's a formula for it. It's like, fuck the resolution. There is no resolution.
Yeah.
Now you flip the whole fucking story around. Now what? You know what I mean? Now we got an actual story. So like that's
I like it when it like ends, but you don't want it to end, and you feel like there's still a story
right.
that can be told or that's gonna go on.
Right.
Like I hate like Harry Potter. Like it felt like it could still like there's so many ways that they could still go and avenues that they could take with that fucking book and fucking movie.
Yeah.
And it was like fuck. But some of them they get played out after 1 and 2.
Yeah. Well, I kind of do that with my books too. Like they end like in a way that's leaves it open. For the next, like, yeah.
That's how I felt like.
But there's also self-contained though. Like you can read each tough stuff without reading any of the other ones.
Right.
Like you can read any of them and you don't really need to know all the backstory. You don't really need to know all that. Any little bit of backstory that you might need to know is kind of like reintroduced and explained. So like I said, you could pick any of them up. You don't need to read them in any order, really.
I'm definitely grabbing one of the ones with the fucking swipe. Dude, that sounds fucking fire.
Yeah,
like,
man.
To even have a book like that, that's art in itself.
Thank you.
That's going to be like the book that's like behind my other books, but in the front.
Yeah. And I like keep control of my print runs and stuff. So like I want it to be rare.
Yeah.
Like I want it to be valuable. I have books on the market that have been holding out there for like a year now that hold at like $150 a book. That's not me. That's like the aftermarket. That's what those people have it at. I've seen books I've done for $200. I've seen prints I've done for $200. Like when I
that market is fucking.
Yeah, when I did the mural for Buffalo Kids, I made gun. I don't know how many. I don't remember the quantity. I think it was under 100 prints maybe we did of the mural, and those were going for fucking $200 on eBay. Shit, Skeese album art, the ones where I did the Obi strips. So I did the Obi strips of Conway and Stove God and El Camino and Flea Lord. Those are selling for like $1,000 a piece in the aftermarket.
Yeah,
it's wild, man. So
I should have got that one for his new one, the Obi strip.
I think it's funny because like we were talking earlier. He's like, "Yeah, I heard you were expensive." I was like, hell yeah, I'm expensive, man. I know what my value is. I've seen what my shit is. And
that's what I told people. I was like, that's like $500 a page, people. Yeah. Because someone's like, oh, you know a comic book person? Yeah, he's like $500 a page, bro, or more.
Yeah.
And they were like, what? And I'm like, you got to pay for the fucking, if you want fucking work, you got to fucking pay.
When you really think about it, though, the division of labor, that's really not that much.
No, not at all.
Especially in today's world. Like,
because a page, you're going to be on a page a day.
Yeah.
And that 500 is your, like, 8 hours of work. That's your time. You're probably going 12 hours on it, maybe.
Oh, it depends, man. Probably more. I mean, if you think about it. So, like, this is my breakdown for page work, page rates and stuff like that. So, if I'm penciling a page, that's like 100 to 150, right? If I'm adding ink to it, now you're at 250. If you want color, that's another 150. If you want me to letter it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now that I broke that down to you, that price doesn't sound too crazy.
Not at all.
Right. And you want something like, what do you want? You want stick figures or do you want, you want the shit? You want you want the Muppet Show or you want Terminator 2? Like, what do you want?
Right.
You want that fire? Like, it's my time. It's my life.
Do you want fucking Caillou or do you want fucking...
No one likes Caillou.
Fuck that.
Caillou. Fuck Caillou. He's the
Yo, I
whiniest little
fucking
bitch
hate
ever.
that fucking show.
Everyone hates that show.
I fucking do not let my kids watch that show at all.
So they can learn how to complain?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. If he was dead and he's fucking just remembering, I don't give a fuck what he has. The man complains like a little fucking bitch all day to his fucking parents.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that show.
Yeah.
I will never fucking let my kids watch that shit. My kids don't fucking sit there and whine. So
there you go.
They get shit done.
My kids play fucking Fortnite. I can't stand it.
I mean, they do that at their mom's house when they come over.
Yeah.
Video games, you only get an hour on that shit.
Right. That's a good idea.
There's only 5 games on the fucking thing.
Yeah.
3 of them are mine. Well, no, 2 of them. I got fucking NBA 2K23 and fucking... What's the other fucking game I got? Oh, Tony Hawk 1 and 2.
I don't got time to play games. I wish I did.
I only fucking play it when I'm fucking... On the weekends, they're there.
I want to make my own game.
See, that was my next question. Is there going to be a fucking tough...
So, what I want to do... If I had it my way, I would do like a trilogy of movies. And you remember like the Dick Tracy movie?
Yeah.
From back in the day? I'd want all the characters like that. I want them to look like how I draw, but in real life with like prosthetics and shit. And then like I want Tough Stuff to be like a puppet. And then I want it shot Grindhouse style with like film grain and stuff. And I want it to look like a cheesy, like late 80s, early 90s movie. Cause that was my inspiration when I was making it. Cause like I made this shit during COVID. So, we were locked in the house and stuff. So all I did was watch all the shitty movies on Tubi. Like all of them. Like Samurai Cop,
Yo,
Like, all that
Tubi
shit.
is the shit, bro.
I love Tubi.
Yo, I just watched Shots is on there
Yeah.
like 2 nights ago.
I watch the worst movies you can find on there. Like, that's like my bread and butter. It's like how bad. Like, I want to see movies that are barely put together. They're not color corrected. They're not
Dude,
edited
that's
right.
like 99.9% of the movies.
I know. That's why I love it.
They're all the hood movies or shit like that. You ever watch Tubi TV?
We were just talking about the Super Bowl commercial that everybody was freaking out about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Everyone.
I guess if you had to see it live, when I watched it back to see what everybody was talking about, I don't know that I would have really thought that my TV changed.
Yeah. So there's 2 directors from the era that I'm talking about that are huge influences, and the first one is Amir Shervin.
Mm-hmm.
So he made Samurai Cop. Have you ever heard of Samurai Cop? That's probably his most famous
I've
one.
seen it on there.
Yeah, so
I'm
he
gonna
did-
have to watch it.
He did Samurai Cop, Killing American Style. Damn. What are the other ones? It's gonna bother me. Killing American Style. Oh, shit. I can't remember the rest of them, but I've seen them all. And the other one is Andy Sidaris. And all these movies, there's always like gratuitous nudity for no reason, like the worst acting, horrible plots. They all take place in like someone's like backyard. Like,
So they're all like that fucking one where they're like, what's that fucking kung fu pow chicken?
yeah,
or
it's
something?
like that, but I mean, like, there's no budget. It's like some dude's ranch house, like out in California, and like the same van is in every movie. Like the same guns are in every movie. Like they're so horrible. It's like they just got a bunch of people together and shot like shit for like 2 weeks straight, and then made like 7 movies out of it. Like another really good movie it's called Miami Connection. Oh my god, you have to get fucked up and watch Miami Connection. That's my highest recommendation in life.
I'll
right now.
eat shrooms and watch it.
I would go a little harder than that.
I don't go harder than shrooms. Oh, damn it. I'll eat a whole eighth of it. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's,
I'll do that
yeah.
all day.
Yeah.
I watched fucking fuck. Now this is gonna bother me. Fear of Loathing.
Oh yeah.
I watched that shit. Tripping balls.
Yeah, but that's also a competent movie.
Yeah.
But they do get tripping like down pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, that movie, the fucking like they had a budget for that movie.
Oh
It was
yeah.
fucking
Terry Gilliam.
That shit was like, I mean, well, watching it now, like, I think I watched that as a kid too. Like, I remember fucking seeing those scenes, but I was like falling asleep when he started watching this movie because we watched like 4 movies in a night.
Mm-hmm.
And by like the third one is where he's putting in the movies he really wanted to watch, but
Yeah.
we're all going to sleep. And I was like, always try to stay downstairs while I watched them all. And then I would wake up and I was like, I remember him going, the bats and fucking tripping.
Golf shoes.
Yeah, dude. That movie just is fucked. Yeah, I like movies like that. So I'm going to have to go check more of those out.
You should see, have you ever seen Mandy with Nicolas Cage?
No.
Fire. I love that movie. It's so good.
I'm going to have to trip my fucking balls off and do it.
Might have to.
Fuck yeah.
Definitely watch Miami Connection though.
Take a couple gel tabs. Alrighty. Fuck. Well, looks like the camera's gonna die on us.
Covered a lot of ground.
We did. Is there anything you want to let the people know?
Yeah. So I am like a working cartoonist. So if you want to support me, a website, it's called www.kevindelgado.co. I don't sell anything through it, but if you wanted to contact me, that's probably the best route to go, or through social media. Instagram, I'm Solstice_Art. On Facebook, I'm Delgado Kevin. And I'm touring all the time with my books. Like I do conventions. So the convention season's starting up in March. So I'll be in this year I'll be in Boston for WickedCon. I'll be in Baltimore. That's later in the year for Baltimore Comic-Con. I'll be in Connecticut for Terrificon. I'll be in Buffalo for Nickel City Con. I'll be in Niagara Falls, Canada for Niagara Falls Comic-Con. And I'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina for Heroes Con. That's in June. That's probably one of the best shows I do throughout the year. That and Terrificon I like a lot. I'll post a schedule pretty soon. We've just been kind of editing it and adding and taking off dates and stuff. But I'll probably post up something in the next couple weeks. Tough Stuff 1 and 2 are available. You can hit me up. I can ship them to you. I can sell you directly. Some stores carry them. Book is sold out, so like I have copies and other ones, are out in the wild. But if you want, I definitely have an inventory. Tough Stuff 3, The Toughening Part 1 is scheduled to come out in May. I'm working on it right now. I do commissions. I prefer to do sketch covers. I usually do them for around like $80 to $100 a pop. I'll draw your favorite character on a book. I've got a new published cover coming out soon for a book title called Legacy of Violence. It's published through Mad Cave Studios, so that'll be coming out soon, probably within the next month. And that's a limited drop. I think there's only like 100 copies, so I'll have that. Yeah. And then hopefully I get more covers. I did like almost 12 covers last year.
Oh yeah.
So all through different publishers. So I was popping. I was bringing it. So yeah, we'll just see what this year has to hold. But yeah, I'll be big on the convention scene and pushing out the books. And I'm always looking for new opportunities, interesting things to make. So yeah, if you want the good shit, hit me up.
Oh yeah, shit is fire. I'm gonna go cop me fucking 1 and 2 and 3.
Hell yeah.
I need that shit. I have nothing else to read right now. I don't like reading fucking like shit to get me more fucking smart. I like shit that fucking does nothing for me but fucking entertain. I like entertainment shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Tough, he might teach me some shit.
You might learn something, man.
Might learn something from him, but fuck it. That's the way I want to fucking learn.
Learn not to smoke crack.
Yeah, fuck it.
That's the other thing, though.
Maybe with a cat. When
I do like create, though, I try to put so much in every like panel.
Mm-hmm.
Like I hide shit. I could go. I want to do a commentary like video for every book I've done, and like really dissect it and what I was thinking at the time and why I made these decisions and like.
I think you would get a lot of viewers for that. Yeah, for sure.
I gotta find someone to help me out with that.
I know a guy. Sure do.
Right on.
Oh yeah. No, that's a great idea because especially now that you said that, I'm gonna fucking be like sitting there like I'm gonna read it and then the second time I'm gonna go through it and try to find some fucking fucked up shit in it.
Oh yeah, there's fucking Easter eggs for days.
Yeah, that's fucking dope.
Yeah.
You should do like, if you find this, I'll send you a fucking t-shirt or some shit.
Oh yeah, maybe.
That shit is fucking like some hard ass shit. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a bad idea.
That's actually. That's dope because it's going to be difficult because I'm always stoned as fuck. So. And then I'm going to be sober and be like, oh, there the fuck it is. Fuck.
Yeah, man.
Yo, I appreciate you coming through, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it too, man.
Well, folks, I appreciate you for tuning in and make sure you like, subscribe, and follow. Make sure you go and check out Solstice Art. Any artist, anyone who needs anything done, you heard of me, those logos, everything. You heard what he wants to do. Let the man create and design. Let the artist do the work. You just sit back and relax. It's got you. You can catch me at Space or high as fuck. Yo, you can catch me at space_cadet_716 or at spaced out podcast 716. Also, If you would like to be on the podcast, please contact at New York Podcast Network at New York _ podcast _ network. And that is to get on the podcast, because if you contact me, I'm just going to push you right to him. All right. Thank you. And we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace out.